Bathe the Cat by Alice B. McGinty. Bathe the floor, sweep the dishes. This riotous romp of a picture book follows a frantic family as they try to get some chores done, with no help from the family cat, who keeps scrambling the list of chores with hilarious effects. Get ready for a rollicking read-aloud with a truly perfect ending. It's cleaning day, but the family cat will do anything to avoid getting a bath. So instead of mopping the floor or feeding the fish, the family is soon busy rocking the rug, vacuuming the lawn, and sweeping the dishes. Bouncy rhyme carries the story headlong into the growing hilarity, until finally, Dad restores some kind of order. But will the cat avoid getting his whiskers wet?
Night Owl by Christopher Denise. A determined owl builds strength and confidence in this medieval picture book about the real mettle of a hero, wits, humor, and heart. Since the day he hatched, Owl dreamed of becoming a real knight. He may not be the biggest or the strongest, but his sharp nocturnal instincts can help protect the castle, especially since many knights have recently gone missing. While holding guard during night watch, Owl is faced with the ultimate trial, a frightening intruder. It's a daunting duel by any measure. But what Owl lacks in size, he makes up for in good ideas. The message is so encouraging, even the tiniest have a chance against all odds when they use smarts instead of size to evolve into a hero.
Norman Didn't Do It. Yes, He Did, by Ryan T. Higgins. The main character is Norman, a porcupine whose best friend is Mildred, a tree. Mildred and Norman did everything together. They played ball. Mildred and Norman played chess. Mildred and Norman even played tree. Until one day, someone new arrives. Norman didn't like that, so he hatched a plan. What happens when Norman reaches his breaking point? What will happen if everyone else finds out what Norman did? You will have to read to find out.
Bear is a Bear by Jonathan Stutzman. This book will stomp all over your heart and make you cry, but in a good way. It's definitely a one-of-a-kind book about the evolution of friendship between a beloved stuffed bear and his girl as she grows up, goes to college, and has a child of her own. There is so much to look for in the illustrations, which are magnificent. This book tells the story of a girl and her teddy bear. It chronicles their adventures together and shows how their time together means the world to Bear. Anyone who has ever loved a bear or dolly or rabbit will surely say, "Ah," at the end of this book. Great read about growing up.
Bob was a very lazy and hungry alligator who wanted to eat all the birds. But that was not going to happen. So he decided to open a restaurant on his nose. His restaurant was a hit. Bob became friends with his new neighbors. And he even joined a book club. But one day there is a big storm, and the birds fly into Bob's mouth for protection. Now is Bob's chance. Will he eat the birds?
Milo sees the world around him and imagines the world he can't see. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes it's not. Is the world really the way that Milo imagines it? What do other people imagine about Milo? Discover that we have more in common than we could ever imagine in Milo Imagines the World.
Time for Bed, Old House by Janet Costa Bates. Isaac is excited about having a sleepover at Grandpop's house, but he's a little nervous about being away from home for the first time. Luckily, his knowing Grandpop tells him it's not quite time to go to bed yet. First, he needs Isaac's help in putting the house to bed. Quietly and slowly, they move from room to room, turning out lights and pulling down shades, as Grandpop gently explains the nighttime sounds that Isaac finds unfamiliar. Now it's time to read the house a bedtime story. Isaac is good at reading the pictures. By the time the house is settled in for the night, Isaac and Grandpop are ready for bed too. Readers will delight in this charming story and fall in love with Isaac and his adorable teddy bear, not to mention Grandpop's silly dog, Snuffles.
Something's Wrong. A Bear, a Hare, and Some Underwear by Jory John. Oh no, Jeff the bear has definitely forgotten something. He ate his breakfast. He watered his plant. He combed his fur. What could it be? Why does he feel so oddly off? He asks his friend Anders the rabbit what could possibly be wrong. It couldn't have anything to do with the fact that he's wearing underwear over his fur, could it? Being a good friend, Anders does what all the others wouldn't. He tells the bear what the problem is. And being an utterly clever friend, he turns his friend's embarrassing error into a hot fashion trend. Turns out that Anders is quite the marketer. Soon all the woodland animals are horsing around in underwear. Love the lesson that we need to tell our friends when they've made a mistake.
Chester Van Chime Who Forgot How to Rhyme by Avery Monson. Chester Van Chime has forgotten how to rhyme. When Chester feels queasy because rhyming always seemed so simple for him, he gets a bit frustrated and gloomy. Concerned, Chester's classmates try to draw rhymes out, showing him objects associated with a series of words. In Chester's state, however, cat is tiny, lion, and rat is extra big, mousy looking dude. But Chester learns an important lesson by the end. On the way home, Chester, relieved and relaxed, has a revelation. His rhyming groove returns and the whole town celebrates. Chester's problem is done when he realizes playing with words should be fun.
Not Yeti by Kelly DiPucchio. Monsters are loud and rude. Most of the other monsters are loud and destructive, rampaging and wild. They like to smash things and they always need to be right. But not Yeti. Yeti is not like all the other monsters. Yeti enjoys encouraging others, helping others, and treating others with kindness. Yeti bakes banana bread and sings to whales and always has a nice word to say. But sometimes you find yourself alone when you're different. Yeti is proof that no matter who you are, you can turn around your habits and choose to be kind and helpful rather than destructive and uncaring, even if you're surrounded by monsters. A great message about being true to yourself and being nice, told with genuine humor and creativity.